Welcome to 100 Yards of Football. Today we have our college football team preview. Today we're going to preview the North Carolina Tar Heels. So if you like the video today, please come in and share it. I'm your host, Vincent Turner. And joining me today is the very talented, I call him the legend, my man, Mr. Bobby Butler, out of Florida State University, who set the tone for DBU, that means Defensive Back University. And he was a first-round draft pick in the 1981 NFL Draft, one of the most talented drafts ever in NFL history. Can I say the name Lawrence Taylor? That's all I have to say. This young man was in the draft for 25th selection overall. My man, Bobby Butler. So if you like the video today, please come in and share it. Mr. Butler, tell us about North Carolina and the rejuvenated Mr. Mack Brown.
Well, I'm going to tell y'all one thing. You better get ready, because they're coming. Get ready.
Oh, Lord.
I mean, Eddie Kendrick said it well back then. I'm telling you right now, Mack Brown has changed the culture in Chapel Hill. He has energized the Tar Heel program. But here's the thing, man. Last year, they had 6 heartbreaking losses, which now they could have won. They had a chance to win every one of them, including the Clemson game. Clemson pulled the game out at the last seconds of the game. I watched that game. They went 3-6 in games decided by 7 points or fewer, losing 6 by a combined 26 points. So they were in every ball game that they lost. They were highly competitive. Now, these are Mack Brown words right here. He said their goal last year was trying to beat somebody. Last year, he said, we were trying to finish games. He said last year, we were trying to go to a bowl game. This year, we want to win the league. High expectations in Chapel Hill. And I tell you, the way Mack Brown's got them going, their offense, Vincent, is off the chain. They call their offense the air raid attack. It's returning 10 starters, including their starting quarterback, Sam Howell, ACC Rookie of the Year. He threw for 3,641 yards, 38 touchdowns, which was a school record, by the way, and 7 interceptions.
Question.
ACC Rookie of the Year. Huh?
Question.
Go ahead.
Question?
Yeah, go ahead.
How much would have been different if Sam Howell, who was committed to Florida State, I don't know why he changed his mind and went to North Carolina. Mm-hmm. How different, and I'm going to call you, your team, Florida State would have been if he would have been under center for the Seminoles last season?
Well, let's say this. I can't say he would have had the same success because we had a lot of problems in Tallahassee last year, right? So yes, I can't say that. And I can't say that wouldn't have happened, right? But we had a lot more problems in Tallahassee than just quarterback last year.
Okay.
But let's think about it. He set the school record with 38 touchdowns, finished second in the ACC in passing yards and passing efficiency. Now, y'all know the quarterback, there's another quarterback in the ACC. We call him Sunshine, who I consider the best quarterback in the land. This guy's numbers are right up there with his. So Mr. Sam Howell is a great gunslinger to have coming back, right? And so they're going to do well at that. The running back, they got a dynamic 1-2 punch. I like when we have a 1-2 punch. Vince, I go way back with that. I go back when I was in high school, we had a 1-2 punch in the backfield. The Miami Dolphins, when I was a kid, they had Larry Zock, they had Mercury Morris. You got to have the yin with the yang. You know, you got a power back, you got to have a scat back. They kind of mix it up. These guys, Michael Carter and Javonte Williams, combined for 1,936 yards. They basically rushed for 1,000 yards each. Carter had 1,003 yards, and Williams had 933 yards rushing last year. They could easily rush for both 1,000 this year. Same backfield now. They got a dangerous wide receiver room. Daz Newsome had 72 catches last year. De'Ami Brown, hey, listen, that guy averaged 20.3 yards per catch last year. They both had 10 touchdowns each. Kind of sound like LSU wide receivers from a year ago, Vincent. You know? Then they got Bo Corrales, who's a big physical target on the outside. So they got 3 receivers in the room. And put it this way, if you got 3, that means you got 6. Right? So they're loaded. Offensive line, they have to replace 1 starter at left tackle. That's it. But the rest are back. And so they're going to be straight on offense. They're going to get it done. I tell you, Mac Brown, he's saying get ready because here I come. From the defensive side of the ball, linebackers Chaz Surratt. Now, here's the thing I like about this guy. He came in Chapel Hill as a quarterback. That's right, a QB. He was a quarterback. Switched position at linebacker, and now he's a first-team All-ACC linebacker. I like those kind of stories, Vincent. Joining him is Jeremiah Gimmel, who finished second behind Surratt in tackles. Then you got senior Tamon Fox. He's an edge rusher, 6.5 sacks. Played football at Collins Hill High School in Lawrenceville, Georgia, right around the corner. And his little brother done joined him. Tamari Fox, along with Jahil Taylor, are promising young returners as down linemen. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Them boys from Collins Hill, them Fox brothers, hey, the Fox brothers going to make for some good barbecue in Chapel Hill this year. That Fox Brothers barbecue gonna be off the chain. I'm telling y'all right now. So get ready for them Fox Brothers to do their thing up there this year in Chapel Hill. And then also look out for this young, talented pass rusher, this freshman named Desmond Evans. Don't forget about him. He gonna wreak havoc. They're gonna have a good time in Chapel Hill. Now the secondary is deep. Cornerback Patrick Rain will be joined by returning starters Trey Morrison, Storm Duck, and DJ Ford. 3 other players with significant playing time last year are back. Transfer corner Bryce Watts and Kyler McMichael are in the mix. Hey, listen, man, they strong on both sides of the ball. All right? The kicking game must be improved a little bit from last year, though, but they're going to be fine. Hey, I look for Mac Brown. I look for them to do something special this year, Vincent. It's going to be a crazy year in the ACC. Hey, Clemson better be ready, because this team right here, they coming, and they're confident because they had them on the ropes last year. They want to repeat in that game. So that's what I got to say about North Carolina. Get ready, folks, because here they come.
Man, I'm gonna say this: what Mac Brown did at Chapel Hill this past season was very surprising to me. The guy was 5 years out of coaching. So to do what he done in North Carolina was amazing to me personally. It's no question about it. North Carolina is the second best team in the ACC. And they're knocking on the door and being a top 10 team. That's just me personally. Now, when you think about Mac Brown, think about this. He's from that state that produced, I'm talking about state now, that produced the great Isaac Hayes, Andrew Jackson, David Crockett, myself, Vincent Turner, and Kenny Chesley. He's from Cookeville, Tennessee, Mac Brown. So there's something in the water that makes him successful. Let's look what he did offensively, man. Took a 2 freshman quarterback. I'm not trying to start nothing here today, but I got to put it out there. That was committed to Florida State, my co-host, favorite school. And he might have not been modest, but if Sam Howell was at Florida State last year, regardless of what problems they had, Florida State, and don't y'all got a big-time receiver, Tamari Terry, who came back?
Oh, absolutely.
Florida State, it would have been different. I promise you that. Mr. Howell is the next big thing coming out of ACC. I know they got a great quarterback down there at Clemson, but hey, man, this young man that's in the same class as him. Don't get it construed. This guy can play. And look at their offense, man. Overall, 7 times last year they had over 30 points. They ended the year scoring almost 50 points in their last 2 games. They put up 55 in the Military Bowl against Temple. Defensively, Mr. Butler broke it down to you. They got one of the best defensives coming back, and they got a great offensive coordinator in Jay Batman. And they got a big-time linebacker. The guy went from quarterback to linebacker in Chad Surratt, and he, to me, is the second best linebacker in the country behind the young man we talked about earlier today out of Penn State University. I'm going to call his name Mr. Parsons. It almost go back to when Mac Brown had them great teams in the late 90s when he had Vonnie Holliday, Greg Ellis, Dre Bly. This team is much talented than that team. And I'm going to tell you something, with a little help here and there, North Carolina can be in the top 10. And to me, your people down there in Clemson, South Carolina, I'm going to be very careful when they come up on that hill and play y'all. I believe in October or early November, because this is a top 10 football team to me in North Carolina. They returned 9 starters back on offense. Like Brother Butler told you, they got Daz Newsome, they got Damari Brown, they got LSU type receivers from last year. This is a complete football team. And today I'm proud. I almost want to say North Carolina is my team in college football because they got my man from the great state of Tennessee, Mr. Mac Brown from Cookeville, Tennessee. By the way, 100 miles west of Knoxville. And don't y'all forget it. The Tar Heels are coming. And the ACC is going to be a better conference. And I know people down there at Georgia Tech, you're trying to build your program. You're trying to build your program over there at Virginia Tech. You're trying to build your program in Virginia. But I'm telling you, Mac Brown got it going on in Chapel Hill. And Brother Butler, can you hit that song one more time before we leave today? Listen to the words.
You ready, bro?
Oh, Chapel Hill is gonna be on fire. Final word, Brother Butler. Final word, Brother Butler, on the North Carolina Tar Heels.
Well, I tell you, I'm looking at their schedule, man. They can run the table. They can run the table. On this, they can go 11-0, 10-1. The worst case scenario, the way I see it, if they play like they did last year, not only like they did last year, continue to grow from where they were last year with the quarterback who's just so young and with the playmakers that they have on both sides of the ball, Vincent, hey, man, the sky is open to them.
My final words about the North Carolina Tar Heels. They got 2 games to open up with. They play Central Florida right out of the gates. Then they come to Atlanta, and they play Auburn. And I hope I be there with you, Brother Butler, because that's going to be a game must-see there in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And if they come out of them 2 games unscratched, you better watch out. This not going to be basketball in Chapel Hill. This ain't going to be Roy Williams. The man of the hour is going to be Mac Brown. So if you like the video today, please come in and share it. We are 100 Yards of Football. Enjoy the 4th of July weekend. And before I leave today, I want to thank my man, Mr. Brian Spencer, and his family for allowing me to come here today and broadcast our videos here at 100 Yards of Football. I had some difficulties in my home with my computer. I couldn't just get a webcam. So, hey, what it is. But I want to thank the Spencer family for allowing me, a great family and a great man in Brian Spencer. So enjoy the weekend. It's been fun today. I've had the best in the business. And boy, he brought up the Temptations. Oh, my God. Football is going to be outstanding this year. My man from Delray Beach, Mr. Bobby Butler. Y'all enjoy the weekend. This is 100 Yards of Football.